So my next question to you is the most important question, because even I have this in my mind. Like, whatever you do your masters or you do your PhD. The most important thing in life is to earn money.
Yeah.
So many people don't choose PhD just because they have this myth in their mind that if I do PhD, I will not get a job after PhD, or I will have to wait for around 10 months or 12 months to find a job, which is depressing for many,
Yeah.
because during that time they don't have anything to support them. So, can you tell something about this entire situation, because you are already in your last stage of your PhD and you chose PhD? That means you see future after PhD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you please describe this entire process and everything?
Yeah, it's a very good question, but it really depends on how you look at a particular
Yeah.
situation like this, for example. So it depends firstly on many different factors. The kind of topic you're doing PhD in, whether it is an applied science or a fundamental science. Like I mentioned in the previous comments before or previous answers before, that you can do a PhD in a university or a company or even in Helmholtz, Fraunhofer, Max Planck. So there are few institutes which fall under certain category. So university is a fundamental research more or less. I'm talking about the maximum percentage of research which comes out from the university. It's mostly fundamental research. Likewise, Max Planck is also more into fundamental research. But institutes like Fraunhofer and Helmholtz Association, so the topics are more inclined towards company. It's a product based, like the research is mostly like product based, even though there is a lot of physics and pure physics and material physics involved behind it. The main intention is to come out with a product, right? So that it depends mainly on that, I think. So that's this is my opinion, because once your topic is applied science, then it's you will be also the projects are in hand with the company,
Yeah.
with which your institute has collaborated. So I did my master thesis in Helmholtz Association, for example, and all the funding, most of the funding organizations were like few companies, and it was also like a project belonging to a company in collaboration. So the chances of you getting into job is more there, I think.
Okay.
And but if you are into a fundamental research like me, where I'm working in university, or those who come from Max Planck, for example, so they are far away from product based
Yeah,
research,
exactly.
and so they are more into fundamental research. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can't crack a job at all. There should be some possibilities, and you need to address this in a different way. So I have some suggestions for the prospective PhD students looking for jobs. I'm not saying that this will definitely work, but this should work is what I feel, because of the logic behind it. So irrespective of whether you do PhD in fundamental research or applied science, alongside you will also learn certain skill sets along with the scientific knowledge you are
Yeah.
gaining. You will learn to do experiments, you will learn to operate those analytical equipments, also those equipments necessary for your experiments. At the same time, you will also learn some managerial skills.
Yeah.
You need to be able to manage your time well, good or good enough to be able to make use of all the opportunities available within the universities, like, right? So unknowingly you have learned so many skills, soft skills, which the companies are looking for. So the main idea lies in recognizing and showcasing those skills which you have achieved, which you have obtained so far, and you should be able to recognize them and then write them as a sentence in CV,
Okay.
or tell them, address them during a job interview after
Okay.
PhD. So that's one suggestion which I would like to give. So in this direction, there are many organizations which I follow, associations which I follow, which are available on Facebook and Skype, YouTube, for example.
Okay.
I would like to name that organization. It's called Cheeky Scientist Association.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling how good they are or anything like that. Through their consultancy sessions, I got to know how important it is. I mean, the way of writing CV, it's very important, and the things you showcase in the CV, it's very important, because the company will not care about how many publications you have,
Yeah.
but it will care about the soft skills you have gained through this journey. So you need to be able to explain this in an understandable way to the audience. So the audience should be able to understand.
Okay.
So with keeping all these things in mind and also working on the language, would yield something.
Okay.
There is a hope in by the end of the tunnel.
And when talking about the jobs in Germany, like usually the job is not only one kind of job where you work for an industry or something. Like most of the time, when someone completes his or her PhD, the next job which he looks for is as assistant professor
Yeah.
or as a professor in a university, because that's what people do PhD for usually.
Yeah.
Because when any company wants to accept you, in the only place you can work in a company is in an R&D department.
Yes.
You cannot, as a PhD holder, you cannot work on field for a company, because you are degrading yourself.
Yeah.
So if I mean, what are the criteria of going to a university as an assistant professor or as an associate professor or as a professor after PhD?
Yeah. So, like you might know that there are different kinds of universities in Germany. One is just the university and University of Applied Sciences, which are called Fachhochschule,
Yeah.
and there are also Hochschulen. So these are like different, and these fall under different categories for a valid reason, that certain universities are applied science oriented, like FH or Hochschulen, whereas universities are more into fundamental research. So I have seen a lot of people going to the teaching field as soon as they finish PhD from the university. I have seen some people going to teach for applied sciences universities within Germany. So I don't know exactly in detail about these things, but I have seen people doing this. Be able to be a professor in the university, it's not that simple. It takes much longer time. After PhD comes, so now we are dependent researchers. So when you're doing postdoc, you become independent researcher. After that comes a stage where you will start writing grants, you will start getting projects, and you will also start hiring PhDs. You will start building a group. After that, you will serve in the scientific community or academics for 10-15 years, publishing papers. After that, you will be asked to do a habilitation.
Okay.
Only after that you can become a junior professor or full-time professor, let's say, because the junior professorship comes quite earlier than that. I guess. Yeah. To be a full-time professor, it's a long journey.
Okay.
Yeah.